Is it that time of golf where I look at the coming soon list to Steam and see what kind of things we can find? I think it might be. Where's the coming soon list? They bury it so far down the bloody front page now. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. I wonder if they have permission to be using the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff for that. There's a fireplace simulator. Oh, it's a movie. Yeah, someone is releasing a movie of a fireplace. It's called Fireplace for your home. Fine. Until None Remain. Battle Royale, PC... And then there's more, but I can't read it because the title's too long. Until None Remain Battle Royale PC Edition. Oh, is this like a PC edition of the one that's on mobile phones I've heard people complaining about? Oh, that's how you're supposed to do this. What are good games to stream? Whatever you want to stream. Don't try and aim for any specific given demographic other than what you want to do. Play the games you like. That way you will attract people who have similar interests to you, hopefully similar personalities, and it won't lead to what is often the case on Twitch where the streamer has a toxic relationship with their viewers. Until None Remains is a futuristic multiplayer third-person shooter in a battle royale or last man standing format. Matches pitch weaponless players against one another in a deathmatch that continues until only one player remains. Players must rush to acquire equipment to defeat the competition. You play people who look like Spartans, and I mean like Spartans from the Halo series, not Spartans like 300. Didn't actually look that bad. Oh, it's in early access, never mind. It's also not available yet, it just says available in December. Arg. Double arg. How did I end up here? I'm gonna go back to the list in a second, I'm just trying to get this hold on. Okay, that's in. What else do we have? Perilock the series? What the hell is this? I really wish it wouldn't all play movies. Open world adventure game? Or something? Or a point and click adventure game? Actually, haven't you been streaming Overwatch every so often, Poppy? I mean, that's a nice go-to for a lot of people, I guess. If you want, like, actual advice about streaming or just doing video content, the Inside Baseball episodes of Gungeon I do are meant for that. I've covered these topics in them, and I'm not trying to like garner a view on them, but if you didn't watch them or did at the time but weren't streaming so you didn't pay as much attention, they might offer you actual advice as opposed to the semi-advice I'm giving now. Oh, there's a game releasing... Wait, its release date is listed as before it becomes what? Okay, yeah, okay. There's a game coming out on Steam. It's called I Can't Believe It's Not Gambling, and its release date is before it becomes illegal. Do you love opening loot crates, but hate the tedious gameplay sessions in between? Our marketing department has the game for you. Unbox random items, get stuff, but not what you really want. Skate legal and ethical lines. Remember kids, it's only a video game, so grab your parents' credit card. Alright, that's a pretty fantastic description of a game. I have a feeling it's a parody. It's called I Can't Believe It's Not Gambling. And it's released until it becomes illegal. Alright, apparently sometimes you do actually find gold on YouTube. I almost said stream right after that. Steam. Yep, loot box the game. They've actually done it. I have heard of that game, yes, with the very expensive DLC. On December 6th, they said it's almost time, so I guess it's coming. But this is purely just like a take piss of EA, obviously. Alright, that's pretty funny. Let's see. There's a Bitcoin farm game. I actually had an email about this. It's not a parody game. It's just a clicker game where you become a Bitcoin millionaire, but you're not really doing it. It's just a clicker game. What else do we have here? Oh, Hello Neighbor is finally getting released. I've been getting emails about that game for about 2 years. Never really appealed rather. Oh, there's a game out on the 8th of December called Weed. What is Weed? An unusual match 3 game with beautiful anime graphics and interesting light casual gameplay. Move the lines, play with match 3 with a sexy anime girl, line up and win! If you line up the board, you can see her naked. Oh no, sorry, not naked, because that would be against Steam's T's and C's. Wearing very skimpy swimwear. When is the swap over? After we do 2 more courses. Sexy anime girls. One of the pictures has a lady that looks like she's 70. Oh, you know the developer of the game called Weed? The developer is called, in all capital letters, Cute Anime Girls! And it's published by Tranquility Games. What other games has Cute Anime Girls released? Okay, I'm sensing a theme. Cute Anime Girls, they've got this new game coming out tomorrow called Weed. They have another game that came out in October called LSD. They have another game also that came out today called NVL. And they had one that came out at the start of November called Azura. What is NVL that came out yesterday? NVL, an amazing adventure game in the genre of RPG. An interesting combat turn-based system as in JRPG. Beautiful anime girls with pantsu. It actually says pantsu. That's the same sprite that's in the other game. It's the lady I said looks 70. They're using the same assets. I'm beginning to think they didn't actually do them. Hang on, does your game have the same... It has the same one! They're using the same anime pictures in different games. Jesus Christ, they're using like base Unity game code and just putting anime girl pictures in it. It's blatant. It shows the same sprites, or sorry, the same drawings on the Steam pages for all of them. What the hell? We need to go deeper. Hang on, I'll quickly try and do this whole fast. Oh, there's a game coming out called Lobster Empire. The thumbnail for it is a man with lobster claws. I think SoulFood might be a secret game developer. Let's see here, what else do we have? Oh, there's that Tenta shooter we were talking about earlier. That's on the 9th. Crazy Ball Adventures Classic. Oh, it's DLC. That doesn't really count. Not actually. Oh wait, no, there's one. Probably. Let's see. So this game is called Cassandra's A Fabulous Foray. And it has a big-breasted anime girl on the thumbnail. Help the magnificent and humble 3rd Baroness of New Haven, Cassandra Dawnstrider, survive in this backwater town of Malapase. Cassandra's fabulous foray is a Western-themed fantasy visual novel with an integrated turn-based battle system. That sounds familiar. I'm looking at the screenshots. It appears the town is entirely populated by 40-year-old men and teenage anime girls. The sheriff is called Slippery Jim. Oh dear. Oh, I turn away from chat for 1 second and it's filled with crabs. Don't make me give you the Slippery Jim. Pardon me? Slippery Jim, yes. I was expecting to maybe find like one game to poke fun at, but apparently Steam is now just the gift that keeps giving. Okay, this game has my attention. Not necessarily because it's funny, it's just got a very interesting thumbnail. It's called Swarm Queen. And it has like some kind of monstrous whale or xenomorph face on the front. To speed things along, we'll probably just go straight to Pirate's Cove. We'll skip Ancient this time, since it's taking a little bit longer now that I'm looking at things on the other monitor. Come on, hurry up and get the ball in so I can continue looking. That sounded bad out of context. Safe. Yeah, Steam is becoming the App Store. It's just nothing but peddling shit. Or shite. Swarm Queen is a single-player strategy game about hideous insectoid aliens trying to murder each other, exclusively for PC. Doesn't actually look like egregiously bad. Okay, here's a game out on the 11th of December called Naughty Elves. See what Naughty Elves is. Naughty Elves is a Christmas-themed 2D pixel art puzzle game. Your goal is to help Santa to get back presents from the naughty elves who want them all for themselves. Hit the elves with a snowball to knock them out and make them pay for treason. It looks like it was made in RPG Maker. I guess Santa is the baddie in that one. Oh, here's a game called Vodka. Oh wait, no. Alright, we're going to start the next course, but I see a game called Daddy's Girls, and we're going to read that one out. But first, does anybody want in for Pirate's Cove? Do you kill them? I believe so. If you're punishing them for treason, the price of treason is death. Now, Argre's checking his data. Well... Well, while we're waiting on Argre getting back in, I will press on this game called Daddy's Girls. Content in this may not be age appropriate. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. When Alice and Emma grew older, their relationships with their dearly loved daddy turned into something much more. Something unexpected, yet secretly long wished for. It's an incest game. It's an incest visual novel. And let me guess, the player is from the perspective of the father. Yep. Yep, that's where it is. It's for people who want their daughters to lust after them. That's not normal. I'm looking at the screen grabs, so I assume like all the girls in these screen grabs are the daughters, right? So this one, the subtitle is, well, if you're so impatient, you should take that shower already, I mumbled through the toothpaste. Well then, you can occupy yourself with something else. I don't mind cooking with Dad alone, said Emma. Emma is wearing nothing except an apron. When I stepped through the door, the scene was precisely how I was... Wait, is that English? When I stepped through their door, the scene was precisely how I expected. No, that doesn't read well. Alice was sitting behind her desk with a book and Emma was laying next to her listening to some music. And then the screen grabs are just of their boobs. But all those happy memories made it totally worth it. Oh god. How did that get on Steam? The answer is because... Oh, the music's much louder on this map. The answer is because it's not curated. Like, it's very clear no one even read a brief description of what it is. When Alice and Emma grew older, their relationships with their dearly loved daddy turned into something much more, something unexpected and yet secretly long wished for. There is no other way to take that than this is an incest game. It's so weird that this got through. Alright, here's the about the game part on the Steam store page. The responsibility towards his little girls was what made Ryan, I assume this is made by someone called Ryan, be on track all those years. Alice and Emma were all he had, and he has yet to understand that they also were all he ever needed. After passing the age of 30, having two pretty girls walking half naked through the hour... Through the hour? That is what that says. Having two pretty girls walking half naked through the hour, I assume he meant house, was just too much for Ryan to bear, and then they did Bear Like a Bear. While looking pretty much the same, girls have been significantly different on the... While looking pretty much the same, girls have been significantly different on the inside. Alice, whose cheerful but responsive attitude was greatly appreciated wherever she went, was on the school council and was considered as the more intelligent of the two. Emma, on the other hand, was way more extrovert than her sister and has been voted twice as the most popular girl in the entire school. Could a man desire anything else while having such gems within touching distance? Question mark, full stop, full stop. Features. Captivating storyline. Alluring characters. Tantalizing artwork. Pleasant soundtrack. Steam achievements. What are the Steam achievements for this game? Because it's not out yet, I don't think I can see them. Is one of the achievements just going to be like, fucked your daughter, and then one of the other ones is, got the other one too? What other games has this developer released? No, this is their first outing, huh? Oh my god. The developer and publisher is called R Novel Studio. I bet the R stands for Ryan. He's just living out his fantasies. Oh, I talked about that one already, Crispy. Yeah, I saw that. I'm working my way through the coming soon list on Steam. Pardon me, pardon the pun. Okay, now there's a game called Vodka. Vodka is a social game. Consider it a literary work, which will tell you about the harm of this drink. Don't drink vodka, play vodka. The Strange Thing, and it's done in the font of Stranger Things. The Strange Thing is a racing, drifting 80s style game. Enjoy flawless graphics, physics, and music all at once. It looks like the 3D Road Rage that they made. That was a throwback to the old ones. Sounds like I found what I want for Christmas. I apologise to everyone else who I'm holding up by looking through this, but I'm kind of having fun looking up at all these terrible, terrible games coming soon. Forestation, well, you know, that's probably just a hoity-toity, oh, don't cut down our forest, but yeah, whatever. Way of Defector character Jo Young Hun? Is this like a parody of escaping from Korea? No, I'm saying that can't be a subject of a game. I'm just surprised that that's what it is. That's DLC. Oh yeah, there it is. Way of the Defector. Wait, there's already DLC for it and it's not out yet? Experience the process of a North Korean defector escaping to China. It looks like it plays a little bit like Safe House Diaries, kind of like you don't actually do anything, it's all text and whatnot. Not necessarily a bad thing, I guess. I'm sorry that so many of the chat are now turning to drink, but it's Steam that's done this to you, not me. Let's see. Okay, here's a game called Daddy's Gone A-Hunting. It's out on the 12th. Daddy's Gone A-Hunting is a retro 16-bit game with cute explosions, FX sounds, and represents a story of a lazy prehistoric dad who was kicked out from home by his wife and needs to find a food for all his kids. That actually reminds me of a really old arcade game. So it's obviously the English was written a bit poorly, but I don't have anything against that one. Dungeons and Vampires, written in exactly the Dungeons and Dragons font. Wizards of the Coast will get you for that, or whoever it is. It is Wizards, right? Explore a Dungeon of the Damned in this fascinating gothic roguelike game featuring turn-based combat with its inhabitants. No, it actually does play like a tabletop game, yeah. Find the Vampire. Yeah, this one has a Japanese name, but then it's like Japanese name Den. Oh, it's Echo. Yes, Echo written in Japanese. But that's just a demo, so I'm not sure. Dungeons and Daddies, that's something different. No, apparently that's not there yet, because I pressed on it and didn't bring up a Steam page. Beast Pets? Magical VR Pets. That's probably not anything lewd. A couple below that though is a game called Heart of Crown PC, and that's got a scantily clad anime girl in it, so that might be... Well, time to drink. I don't think we're going to see any worse than the incest game. Surely this isn't anything bad. Which princess will you promote in this Battle of Succession? Heart of Crown is a deck building card. Oh, you lost me at deck building card game. Put in as much porn as you want. Alright, so on the 13th of December, a game called Arcana Heart 3 Love Max 6 Stars is coming out. Love Max 6 Stars is 2 words instead of 4, and it's all in capitals, and then there's about 8 exclamation marks. Oh, content in this product may not be appropriate for all ages. There's a surprise. Oh my god, the exclamation marks are actually in the correct title. New playable character Minori and new character Icar the Blood joins the battle in Arcana Heart 3 Love Max 6 Stars. Oh, that's not even a description of the game, that's just describing the DLC. This looks like just a fighting game where you play as women. Women that look suspiciously close to actual characters, though. Like, there's one that looks a lot like Etna. Enough to be legally distinct. Yeah, a lot of these look like Disgaea characters, but just like fan-drawn. And it looks like they were kickstarted or something similar to that. No, I don't think we're finding anything worse than an incest game. I refuse to believe it. If it's a crossover game, then that might explain why Etna's in it. Not bad. Okay, let's... Now I want to go back to my list. There we go. A game called The Family Skeleton. Oh, come on! I pressed on it thinking this is just going to be something funny about a skeleton. Content in this may not be appropriate for all ages. Please don't be about anime girls. Surely it's because it's horror, right? Family Skeleton is a narrative-driven horror game where you visit your childhood home and discover the truth behind the events that tore your family apart, Lisa. I may have added the Lisa. Alright, so that's the age thing because it's a horror game. Looks like they're making the game that Gone Home should have made, to me. That almost worked. The skeleton is incest. That is not true. That's impossible! There's another loot box parody game. It's called Loot Box Quest. The spiritual successor to DLC Quest. Oh, never mind. It's actually made by a proper studio. Other than not similar to that other one I just read out. MacGuffin Quest. It's all in black and white though. That's a shame. Unless it just starts that way and then evolves. Oh god. Alexa's Wild Night. Yeah, okay, I'll press on this one in a second. It's got a shiny S in it. See, because I have Steam up, I'm missing some of chat. I can only see the last few lines. What on earth was that in relation to? Sexy Serial Killer is coming out on the 15th. I've not got to the 15th yet. Don't spoil things for me. What new course in golf? You mean this one? I'm busy learning about Alexa's Wild Night, if you don't mind. A visual novel following Alexa as she goes out on the town with choices that may alter the course of her night and future. This looks like a Western game to me because the drawings don't seem like anime style. So that's why it's not as lewd as well then, I think. Okay, let's move on. Apparently there's something good waiting for me when I get to the games releasing on the 15th, which I believe is the next page. Let's see. Nirvana Pilot Yumi. Content in this game may not be appropriate for... yeah, okay. Nirvana Pilot Yumi is the cure for your 80s sci-fi anime nostalgia. Experience Skyroads-inspired space roads and a steamy visual novel of romance and redemption. Turn on the neon lights and raise the volume of the synthwave soundtrack. You are at home. Oh, Engulf It. We never played Golf It because not enough people bought it, even though it's dirt cheap. Stop, 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 stop. This one doesn't seem that bad. Again, it seems like a very American style drawing to me than typical anime style. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game coming out in December? It's weird. Before we switch over, I want to quickly find that game Valentine was talking about, so I'm kind of skipping ahead to the 15th now because I'm at the 14th. What the hell is this? Hibiyaki Iron Kuisiki? No, description of that is all in Japanese. Can't read that. Rocket Girl. Content in this product may not be appropriate for all ages. Oh my god. I let a bit of the video play by accident. Jesus Christ. Uh-huh. You play as a semi-naked lady riding a missile. And it's like, what do you call it? FMV. It's an actual picture. It's called Rocket Girl, one word. Rocket Girl is the greatest game ever made. Taking control of a beautiful heroine and grab a stolen rocket. Can you help her escape with an army of baddies in hot pursuit? Stunning visuals, awesome soundtrack, non-stop action. Are you up for the challenge? Find the Steam store page for this one. It's worth watching the video of it because it's hilarious. Oh dear. Who's actually has quotes from people, but they're like just folk. Okay, yep. The preview video is absolutely hilarious though. I think one of the ladies is wearing a nappy for some reason. Oh, there's just random ladies flying from the sky. Okay, yep. This is maybe the greatest trailer I've ever seen. There's a T-Rex. There's a plane that's way too big for how small the lady is. There's a giant mosquito with a lady riding that. No, I'm not playing on Steam. I'm busy going into space right now. Let's see. The crack I found that taketh. Content in this product made appropriate for all ages, etc. Okay, so what's this one about? This could just be horror. It might not actually be talking about an ass. Link in Discord. Just search for Rocket Girl, one word. I found a crack in the flooring. I dropped a coin down it and I haven't seen it since. Something tells me there's more to this. Why? I made this game. In the end, it's fiction, as I couldn't really depict it right, but I tried. This is an attempt to share with you that crack I found. I think he might, like, he started talking about an actual crack in the floor and ended talking about hard drugs. I found a crack in the flooring. I dropped the coin down it and I haven't seen it since. Something tells me there's more to this. That's a really funny description. It's like, hang on a minute. That coin I dropped down there. There's more to this. It's like you can imagine Captain Kirk losing a coin in the floorboard. And then saying to himself, there's more to this. And then looking up and shouting, Can! That's the kind of mental image I had. It releases in 7 days. Hang on, I do actually want to read the description of this one. A video game recreation of a crack I found in the floor. I wasn't able to capture it correctly due to my limited skills, but I tried and hope I conveyed even just a fraction of what it was like. Some may call this a walking simulator, others a horror game, or maybe it could be considered a puzzle game. Humans naturally want to label things to make them easily identifiable, so I'll roll with those labels. In the game, you investigate a crack that I found in that house. It wasn't my house, I should mention. I was always looking down, so there is no ceiling. The crack was maybe just the beginning, but also the ending. It could be considered both easily. It wasn't big enough to fit a person, but a coin could fit inside. I dropped a coin into the crack, and I never ended up seeing that coin again. It's not that I particularly valued that coin, but at this point, it almost seems odd I never saw it again. The video game recreation is imperfect to the actual experience, but I tried my best to recreate it. I really tried. In the game, you begin by exploring that house and finding the crack I dropped my coin into. You walk around, and you can run. You can also interact with things. That's basically the controls. They're very simple. What isn't as simple is how to progress. I figured it out alone, so it shouldn't be impossible, but it did take me a few weeks, so there's no shame in asking and working it out with others. I condensed the experience, I admit, but I think that's for the best. Some of the crude models and such were done by me, and the soundtrack is 90% my work. The rest of it is public domain stuff. The game was made in the Smile Game Builder engine, if you're curious. There is no dialogue in the game, so anyone from anywhere could play it. I hope my shared experience is enjoyable, and that you may find hidden depths in the crack as I did. Yeah, that would be right. If I had to give a list of features, which I guess I should, they would be as follows. Atmospheric with original sound design. Crude 3D art calling back to simpler times and polygons. Based on a true story, though I can't say it entirely captured what happened. A no dialogue narrative that can be played in any language. A mystery with layers to uncover. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the description of A Crack I Found That Taketh. Coming soon to Steam. Also, I just timed out because I was reading that shit. Alright, before we swap over, I see that game Valinor was talking about, so let me just briefly describe to you Sexy Serial Killer. This content may have inappropriate, etc. It's got gigantic boobs on the thumbnail. Let's do it. Your lonely dad has not dated for 3 years. You convince him to try a computer dating service. Unfortunately for him, his date is actually a serial killer. Can you save your dad and escape with your life? Let's see what this actually looks like. Oh, for God's sake. You know that game like Heidi? I think they're using the same asset. Oh my God! The design of the character you're playing as. Holy balls! Hang on, how do I like get the link to this? No, I don't want that one of the dead father. I want the one of the character you're playing as. There we go. This is the character you're playing as in Sexy Serial Killer. Once it decides to paste in. That's the character you're playing as. I can tell because they have a torch growing out of their breasts. What does the serial killer look like? It's the same character model with even bigger breasts and a machete that couldn't possibly be swung because she can't get her arms front facing because her breasts are in the way. Allow me to show you the serial killer, chat, from Sexy Serial Killer. This is apparently the developer's idea of what sexy is. Just keeping that in mind. There is the Sexy Serial Killer herself. It's made and published by Disturbing Excitement, for the record. It's out in 7 days. Features atmospheric environments, an eerie, immersive and detailed world is waiting for you to explore. I did not read that incorrectly. Psychological experience. Sexy Serial Killer, I did read that incorrectly. Has been designed to provide a psychological horror experience, presumably the design of the characters. Game-play-intuitive mechanics and controls full stop. Enemies - the killer will hinder your advance at almost every turn. You are the hunted, not the hunter. Puzzle elements - collect and harness items to aid your survival and progression ... Audio - features intense and immersive music and sounds full stop. Random encounters - enemy can spawn dynamically and can be located anywhere full stop. Nowhere is safe full stop. Story - Sexy Serial Killer story is loosely based on real life events. Oh, I remember when that serial killer with the gigantic tits tried to murder me and my dad. Oh, we barely got out alive. We have fun here. That was fun. I'm going to run ads, play music, and then I'm going to be back with Valinor to play Dawn of War 2. Don't go anywhere.